Good day, everybody. Welcome to 5.4, Chapter 5, Lesson 4, Dividing Decimals. The I can statement is I can divide decimals. You should be writing this in your notes as we are taking notes, as we have for the first 3 lessons in Chapter 5. Quite a few vocab words to go through today. Remember, you can pause me at any time so that you can keep up. Divide is to split evenly into even parts. That shouldn't be anything brand new to you. Same with number 2. A quotient is an answer to a division problem. Just like a product is the answer to a multiplication problem, a sum is the answer to an addition problem, and the difference is the answer to a subtraction problem. The divisor is the number that goes into, the divisor is the number that does the splitting. So if you look down at number 4, it is the number outside of the box. And the dividend is the number being split, so that would be the number inside the box. And again, this down here gives you a great explanation of what is the divisor and what is the dividend. We often talk about if you get a problem written in this form, 16 divided by 4, which number goes inside the box, and you guys have come to know that the first number goes inside the box, the second number goes outside the box. So when we're talking about that number inside the box, we're talking about the dividend, and the number outside the box, once again, is the divisor. Please pause and add your cheat sheet for number 1 in your notes, and then we're going to move on to number 2. Number 2 is estimating and finding quotients. The first thing I want you to do is to be a smart mathematician. When you get to a problem like number 5, you have 18 6/10 divided by 4. The first thing you should do is think approximately what is the answer. You guys know, or you should know, that 4 goes into 18 at least 4 times because 4 times 4 is 60. It does not go into 18 5 times because 4 times 5 is 20. So it's going to be somewhere between 4 and 5. So a logical answer would be approximately 4.5. Because 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 5 is 20. What we're going to do then is we're going to solve this problem. First thing we're going to do is put our decimal point up here so we don't forget about it. 4 does not go into ones, so we see how many times 4 goes into 18, which is 4 times. 4 times 4 is 16. 18 minus 16 is 2. We're going to bring down the 6. 4 goes into 26 6 times. We already have our decimal point in this correct spot. 24, 2. We're going to add the 0 and bring it down. 4 goes into 25 times. 4 times 5 is 20, leaves us with nothing left. So your answer is 4 65/100ths. If I go back to my estimation, I knew that my answer was around 4.5. Not exactly, but around. 4 65/100ths is really close to 4.5. Number 6. Again, looking at number 6, we have the number 3/10. We're trying to figure out how many times 3/10 goes into 3.6. Here's how I'm viewing it. 3/10 goes into 1 approximately 3 times. Because 3/10 plus 3/10 plus 3/10 is 9/10 are close to 1. So we have 3 3/10 to make up 1. We have another 3 3/10 to get to the number 2. We have another 3 3/10 to make up the number 3. And then to get to the number 3. And then 3.6 I know is going to be 2 more because 3/10 and 3/10 is really easy for me to get to 6/10. So my answer should be somewhere around 9, 11, probably 11. It's going to be greater than the number 11 because I know that I didn't exactly get to 1 when I was estimating with my 3/10. So I'm going to say my answer is probably somewhere greater than 11, maybe around 12 or 13. To do this problem, and you know this from weekly math, you can never divide with a decimal. You can never use your divisor. So remember, divisor and dividend, I'm going to try to use those words. Your divisor is the number outside the box. You can never have a decimal in your divisor. So the way to get rid of that is to simply move it over 1 spot, so your 3/10 becomes 3. And if you move that over 1 spot, or the same as multiplying by 10, because moving this over 1 spot is multiplying by 10, you're going to move this over 1 spot or multiply the inside number by 10. So then you would rewrite your problem as 36 divided by 3 instead of 3/10 and 3 6/10 inside the box. So most of you hopefully know that 3 goes into 36 12 times, but the long way of doing that 3 goes into 3 one time. Multiply them, get 0. Bring down the 6. 3 goes into 6 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6. You've got nothing left over. Your answer is 12. So your final answer for 3 and 6/10 divided by 3/10 is 12. 3/10 goes into 3 and 6/10 12 times. Again, my estimate proves that I'm probably right because I was pretty darn close. Number 7, 25 and 2/10 divided by 2 and 1/10. If I were to write that correctly, we know that the first number goes inside the box, and the second number, or the divisor, goes outside the box. Dividend inside, divisor outside. We know that you can never multiply with a decimal outside of the box, so we're going to multiply by 10 or move it one place to the right so that it becomes 21 outside the box. And if we do that to the outside of the box, we do that to the inside of the box. So multiply by 10, we've got 252. Okay, long division then. A quick estimate though, 21 goes into 252. I know that 20 goes into 105 times. So 20 goes into 210 times. I'm going to say it's somewhere around 12, 13, 14. Again, just a quick estimate in my head. 21 goes into 25 one time. Multiply them together, we get 21. We got 4 left over. Bring down the 2. Oops. We're just pausing for a moment, waiting for the smartboard to catch back up. So 25 minus 21 is 4. Waiting for the smartboard to catch back up. Still, and we'll come back up. Bring down the 2. 21 goes into 42 2 times. 2 times 21 is 42. We got nothing left over. My answer is 12. Again, I said that we should be somewhere around 12, 13. 12 is a really close to 12 or 13. We're good to go. Again, the big thing here is you can never divide with a decimal in the divisor, so we move it over until it is no longer in play, same as multiplying by 10. Just real quick, I know I don't have this one. You don't have to write this in your notes, but if we have a number like 3 and 61/100ths divided by, let's say, 27 and 2/10, we need to move the decimal point over 2 places, which is the same as multiplying by 100, and therefore this one needs to be moved over 2 places. Again, I'm not going to do this problem. You don't need to put it in your notes, but I want you to understand that you need to get your divisor to have no decimals in it by moving that decimal point over. And whatever you do to the outside, you must do to the inside. So 361 is going to be divided into 2,720 because, again, I moved over 2 spots. Okay, so just quick so that we understand that. I'm going to erase that because it's not really part of our notes. And then the last thing, applying this to real life. Tickets to the School of Music will cost $6.25. The amount received from ticket sales is $706.25. How many tickets were sold? If we were to do this the long way, we would have to figure out, first of all, what is the number that is being divided. So 706.25 is being divided. It's being divided by how much each ticket costs. So 706.25 is my dividend. $6.25 is my divisor. Right away you recognize there is a decimal on the outside of the division box. So we're going to rewrite this as 625 on the outside because we're moving the decimal point over 2 places or multiplying by 100. Therefore that decimal point gets moved over 2 places, which gives us 70625 and no decimal point. Math then, I'm going to pull up my calculator for this one because it's a fairly big number. I know that 625 goes into 706 one time. If I subtract, I get 81. Maybe I don't need my calculator. I'm going to bring down the 2. I know that 625 goes into 812 one time again. I'm going to subtract. That would be, let's see, 175, 187. If I do that in my brain, bring down the 5. We've got 1875. 625 goes into 1875 3 times. Again, I didn't need my calculator. Good job, me. Together, that is 1875, and I'm left with 0. So I know that we sold I know that we sold exactly 113 tickets. I didn't do any estimating in my head. I surely could have to make sure that my answer matched up with my estimate. I strongly encourage you and recommend that you do that each and every time, even though I didn't do it for number 8. Big takeaways here again, never ever divide with a decimal. Make sure that that divisor is moved over as many places as it needs to be moved over so that you are dividing with a whole number, not a decimal. Make sure you write your cheat sheet for this one. There's only 2 main ideas. Video is over. We'll check notes then when I return to class. Good luck on your assignment.